Let me ask you something. What if your biggest battle isn't with the outside world, but with the voice whispering in your own mind? You are not your thoughts. You are the calm observer standing behind the mental noise. In a world where distractions scream louder than ever and inner stillness feels like a luxury, mastering your mindset isn't just helpful, it's essential for survival. Have you ever found yourself drowning in fear, stuck in loops of overthinking, doubting your own worth, without even knowing how you got there? You're not damaged, you're conditioned. But here's the good news. That mental script, it can be rewritten. This isn't just feel-good talk. It's grounded in timeless Buddhist philosophy, backed by neuroscience and sharpened with real-world perspective. The real fight, it's happening inside you. And unless you learn to lead your mind, the noise outside will take over. But here's the power you need to remember. You can change your brain. You can reshape your inner world. That one truth alone can change your entire life. And if you stick with me, I'll walk you through exactly how to do it. Don't miss the end. There's a bonus insight waiting that could shift everything. Lesson 1. Why mastering your thoughts is the foundation of true success. Your mind is your most powerful ally or your worst enemy. In a world like 2025, where your attention is pulled in every direction and comparison is just a scroll away, your mind isn't just overwhelmed, it's under full attack. But ask yourself this: are you guiding your thoughts, or are they dragging you through chaos? Most people have no idea they've lost control. Their thoughts jump from anxiety to doubt to regret, and they just go along for the ride, never questioning who's actually in charge. That voice in your head that keeps rerunning your failures or warning you about what might go wrong, has it become the one calling the shots? In ancient Buddhist teachings, the mind is seen as a wild elephant. If left untamed, it causes destruction. But once trained, it becomes a force of pure strength and wisdom. Now picture trying to build a meaningful, peaceful life while your own mind keeps sabotaging you. That's not failure, that's unawareness. No one ever told you that taming the mind isn't luxury, it's necessary. There's a powerful story of a monk who once said, "I've defeated kings, not with weapons, but with silence." That silence came not from avoiding conflict, but from conquering his own mental battlefield. And in today's world, that battlefield isn't outside, it's within. Real success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from thinking better, clearer. So, take a moment. What has your inner voice sounded like today? Has it been gentle and grounding, or harsh and anxious? Here's a hard truth. If you don't take control of your thoughts, someone else will. Whether it's media, toxic people, fear, or past pain, those influences plant thoughts. Those thoughts grow into beliefs, and those beliefs become your identity. That's why so many people stay stuck, not because they're lazy, but because their own thinking has become a prison. But Buddhism offers a path out. It doesn't teach you to fight your thoughts, it teaches you to watch them, like clouds drifting across the sky. You're not the storm, you're the sky. And once you realize that, real healing begins. Start with something small. Wake up each day and say, "Today, I choose peace." Don't grab your phone, don't rush, just breathe. Spend 5 quiet minutes being present. When dark or anxious thoughts show up, and they will, don't resist. Acknowledge them, watch them pass, and let them go. With time, something incredible happens. The noise in your head softens, the war quiets down, and one day you'll look back and realize the same mind that used to pull you apart has become your greatest strength. That's the power of mindfulness. That's the freedom of awareness. So ask yourself, who's been writing the story of your future, your voice or someone else's? Because the wild elephant of your mind will either destroy your peace or carry you to your highest self. The decision is in your hands. Tame your mind and you unlock your soul. Lesson 2. Unlocking the power of your subconscious mind. Everything you are, everything you feel, and everything you do, it all begins with thought. But here's the catch. Most of the time, You're not even aware of what you're thinking. Not really. The thoughts you repeat each day don't vanish into thin air. They sink deep, like seeds dropped into the soil of your subconscious. And the subconscious, it doesn't argue, it doesn't question, it simply receives, stores, and grows whatever it's given. So the real question is, what have you been planting? Fear or faith? Doubt or clarity? Picture this. Every single worry, every complaint, every negative inner dialogue is a tiny seed. Plant one, and it may not do much, but repeat it daily, give it your energy and attention, and suddenly you're standing in the middle of an overgrown garden full of weeds, insecurities, self-doubt, emotional clutter, wondering how it got so wild. That's what happens when we live unconsciously. You go to bed with your mental doors wide open, letting in all the noise the world throws at you, and then you wonder why you wake up exhausted, anxious, or stuck in the same cycles. But here's the truth Buddhism teaches. Your reality doesn't come from the outside, it grows from the inside. While you're busy reacting, scrolling, stressing, your subconscious is absorbing everything, silently shaping your future. Buddha didn't talk about social media or Netflix, but if he lived today, maybe he would have said, "You become what you repeatedly feed your mind." So let me ask you this. Are your repeated thoughts lifting you up or holding you back? What are you telling yourself over and over again, especially in those quiet moments before you fall asleep? Because that's when the conscious mind lets go, and the subconscious listens most deeply. That's why monks meditate at night. That's why stillness before sleep was sacred to ancient teachers. Tonight, instead of mentally replaying the things that went wrong, try this simple shift. Repeat a phrase like, "I am safe, I am grounded, I release what I no longer need." You don't have to feel it completely at first. Just speak it, visualize it, let it land. This isn't fantasy, it's mental training. Just as you build strength by lifting weights, you build mental resilience through intentional thought. And it all starts by protecting your mental soil. Be aware of what you allow in, the shows you watch, the posts you scroll, the words you say, and the people you keep close. These are the seeds being planted inside you every single day. You are the gardener of your mind. Every thought is a seed. Every belief is a root. And eventually, that garden becomes your life. So ask yourself, what kind of garden are you growing? Are you nurturing thoughts that align with peace and purpose, or ones that drag you further from your truth? Buddhism reminds us, you are not stuck. You're just cultivating the wrong ideas. But once you become conscious, you get to choose again. Choose words that heal. Visualize a future that reflects your values. Because once you take control of your inner landscape, everything around you begins to change. Tend to your soil, and the harvest will follow. Lesson 3. The reality your thoughts are creating. With our thoughts, we shape the world. It's not just a quote, it's a warning and a promise. So pause for a moment and ask yourself, what kind of world are your thoughts shaping right now? Because whether you realize it or not, your mind is always painting. Each thought, each belief, each silent sentence that echoes inside your head is like a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. The mistake most people make. They forget they're the painter. They think life is happening to them, as if they're just standing in a gallery watching someone else create the masterpiece. But the truth is far more empowering and far more dangerous. You're not the spectator, you're the artist. Every thought is a command. Think, "I'm a failure," and your body responds. You slouch, your energy drops, your decisions reflect fear. Say it enough times, and it stops being a thought. It becomes your reality. Not because it was ever true, but because you painted it so often, the canvas had no choice but to reflect it. Buddha didn't speak in riddles. When he said change your thoughts to change your world, he meant it literally. So here's a question worth sitting with. What are your thoughts building right now? Do your mornings begin with potential or pressure? Do your inner conversations inspire action or invite hesitation? Imagine if every internal dialogue, every worry, every harsh judgment, every limiting belief was broadcast out loud. Would you feel proud of the life that soundtrack is creating? Here's where everything changes. You can choose new thoughts. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about realizing that every belief you hold was once just a sentence. And every sentence can be rewritten. Language is your power tool. Say, "I can't," and you hand over your strength. Say, "I'm learning," and suddenly the door reopens. Your mind follows your words. Shift the words, shift the path. Start small. Just one powerful thought a day. Not 10, not a vision board. One. Something like, "I am growing stronger," or "I choose peace today." It sounds simple, but layer those thoughts day after day, and you start laying the foundation for a completely different life. You're not expected to build a kingdom overnight, but with every positive belief you repeat, every fear you refuse to nurture, you're stacking bricks toward a future rooted in truth, not trauma. Before you sleep, try this. Picture the life you want, clearly, boldly, confidently. Don't wish, don't plead, just see it, feel it, speak it into your subconscious. Because the mind doesn't distinguish imagination from reality. It only knows repetition, and what you repeat becomes familiar. And what becomes familiar becomes your default future. Now, let's be honest. Thoughts alone won't fix everything, but they are the ground beneath your feet. A mind filled with fear can't build peace, but a mind grounded in belief, that mind becomes unstoppable. So next time a thought pops up, ask yourself, is this painting fear or painting possibility? Because at the end of the day, you're holding the brush. Paint wisely, think with purpose, and create a life that reflects the masterpiece within you. Lesson 4. How to stop overthinking and break free from negative thoughts. Overthinking is like a machine that never stops, spinning in circles, making noise, yet solving nothing. You sit with it for hours, hoping clarity will appear, but all it leaves behind is exhaustion. Your body feels tense, your heart feels heavy, and your mind stays restless. The problem isn't just the thoughts themselves, it's being trapped inside them. Your brain keeps replaying the same fears, the same questions, the same imagined futures, as if thinking harder will somehow bring peace. But peace never comes from chaos. In fact, the chaos is what keeps you from seeing clearly. The longer you stay tangled in it, the harder it is to break free. The Buddha once said, "Let go of anger, let go of pride. When you are bound by nothing, you go beyond sorrow." But in a world full of noise, how do we let go when our minds feel like they won't stop racing? The first step is to pause and ask yourself honestly, what thought are you clinging to? And what are you trying to control through it? Most of the time, overthinking is fear wearing a disguise. We think because we don't want to feel. We analyze and replay because sitting with uncertainty scares us more than the worry itself. But under every anxious thought is a deeper truth. There's always a belief, a story you're telling yourself. Maybe it's the fear of being judged. Maybe it's the idea that you're not enough. Maybe it's the belief that if you let go, things will fall apart. Whatever it is, becoming aware of it is your power. The moment you notice your pattern, don't resist it. Don't argue with your mind, just name it. This is anxiety. This is fear. This is my need for control. Naming the emotion softens its grip. It gives you space to breathe. And in that space, you begin to take your power back. One of the most healing tools from Buddhist practice is mindfulness, noticing your thoughts without judgment. You can't always stop thoughts from coming, but you can choose how to respond. When your mind starts spiraling, use this simple method. STOP. Stop. Take a breath. Observe the thought. Proceed mindfully. Even a single deep breath can interrupt 1,000 worried ones. That pause is not weakness, it's wisdom. The next step is movement, not mental movement, physical movement. Thoughts thrive when we're still in the wrong way, stuck and frozen in fear. But once you move your body, go for a walk, stretch, breathe deeply, you bring your mind back to the present. You're no longer trapped in a future that hasn't happened. You're grounded in what's real. Action breaks the loop. It tells your brain, I am safe, I am here. Overthinking makes you believe you're solving something, but you're not. You're just running from stillness. And stillness is where clarity waits. In that quiet space, you begin to hear another voice. The voice beneath all the noise. The one that says, you're safe, you're okay, you've always been enough. You don't have to fix every thought or fight every fear. You only need to notice them, name them, and return to now. Do it often enough, and your mind becomes a tool, not a trap. So ask yourself today, what mental loop do I need to step out of? What peace have I delayed because I keep waiting for perfect answers? You weren't born to live in circles. You were born to move forward, with courage, with calm, with clarity. When your mind finds peace, your life begins to reflect it. Lesson 5. The power of mindfulness and self-awareness. Peace isn't something you find by looking outward. It never has been. True peace comes from within. These aren't just wise words from the Buddha, they are a direct guide for how to live. But in today's world, we've been taught to chase everything outside ourselves. More success, more scrolling, more noise, more distractions. And in the process, we lose sight of what really matters: presence. We go through our days with our bodies in one place, but our minds somewhere else, constantly planning, constantly reacting, constantly lost in thoughts. But mindfulness is like a flashlight in a dark cave. It doesn't change the cave itself. It just shows you where you really are. And once you see where you are, everything can change. When was the last time you truly experienced the present moment? Not just passed through it, but truly felt it. Not thinking about what's coming next, or what went wrong yesterday, but simply being here, alive, breathing. Most people don't realize they're asleep while living. They're busy, productive even, but inside, they're numb. This is the tragedy of living without awareness. The beauty of life is often drowned out by constant mental chatter. And here's the thing, you can't control your mind until you first learn to witness it. That's where self-awareness begins, with just one breath. Try it now. Take a deep breath and notice what happens when you truly pay attention. For that one moment, your thoughts pause, your body softens, and you're just here. That's your anchor. 3 conscious breaths. That's all it takes to return to clarity. You don't need to escape your life. You just need to stop abandoning it with your thoughts. Throughout the day, ask yourself, am I truly here, or am I lost in thought? This simple question can save you from hours of unconscious reactivity. Are you reacting out of habit, fear, or stress? Or are you responding with awareness and calm? That tiny moment of self-checking is your superpower. It gives you the choice to respond, and choice equals freedom. Start small, choose just one daily activity, and practice it with full mindfulness. Whether it's drinking a cup of tea, taking a walk, or washing your hands, do it with all your attention. No rushing, no distractions, just presence. You'll notice something beautiful. It feels sacred. Even the simplest actions become meditation when done with full awareness. And in those small moments, your mind begins to quiet. Not because you're forcing it, but because it finally feels safe enough to rest. You don't need to live in a monastery to master your mind. You just need to remember who's in charge. Your awareness is the observer behind every thought, every feeling, every reaction. And when you strengthen that awareness, you stop being a victim of your mind and start becoming its master. So today, choose to wake up, not tomorrow, not when life slows down, but now. Ask yourself often, am I really here, Because peace isn't waiting for you in a distant goal. It's already here, inside your next breath. And when you become aware, you become free. But what if discomfort is not your enemy, but your teacher? The moments that feel like breakdowns are often breakthroughs in disguise. Think of one challenge you once feared. Now look at who you've become because of it. What strength did you gain from that experience? That's the seed of resilience. Mental toughness doesn't mean shutting off your emotions. It means being emotionally aware without being ruled by them. It means, when anxiety whispers, "You can't handle this," you respond, "Watch me." It begins by training your mind to sit with discomfort, not run from it. Visualize yourself as a mountain, still, strong, present. When the winds of fear or stress blow through, let them pass. You don't have to move with them. Your power lies in your stillness. One way to build resilience is to practice voluntary discomfort, not as punishment, but as training. Fasting for a day, sitting in silence, waking up earlier than you want. Each act teaches you that you don't need to obey every impulse. It rewires your brain to embrace discipline and not avoid difficulty. And in moments of true challenge, you'll be ready. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. But even strength needs softness. Resilience also means accepting what you cannot control. Life is always changing. Jobs end, relationships evolve, and even parts of you no longer fit. Let it go. Everything passes, including your pain. When you stop clinging to what's slipping away, you stop suffering. The mind finds peace not by holding on, but by surrendering to what is. So the next time life shakes your foundation, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Don't suppress the emotions. Breathe through them. Don't run. Stay present. This is how the mind becomes like water, still, deep, and wise. And remember, resilience isn't built in the absence of struggle. It's forged through it. Every storm you face is shaping you into something unbreakable. Not rigid and tough, but flexible, aware, and strong. You are not made to break. You are made to rise. Bend like bamboo, stand like a mountain, flow like water, and trust. Your mind is stronger than you think. Lesson 6. Daily mental habits for long-term success. Success doesn't come all at once. It's built quietly, in the small choices you make every day. It's not about big gestures, but the simple, repeated acts of discipline. Tiny drops of water, falling continuously, eventually carve valleys into mountains. This is the power of daily mental habits. The Buddha once said, "A disciplined mind brings happiness. Not just achievement, not just results, but happiness." Because when your mind is in harmony with your actions, peace follows. So ask yourself, what is one small habit I can start today to strengthen my mind? It doesn't need to be a massive life overhaul, just one small shift. Maybe it's taking one breath before reacting, having a moment of silence before reaching for your phone, or practicing gratitude before your day begins. These little rituals, practiced with intention, will shape who you become over time. The key isn't complexity, it's consistency. Even the most profound wisdom is useless if it's not applied regularly. Start your day with presence. Don't jump straight into the noise of the world. Begin with 3 deep breaths, a quiet thank you, or even just 3 minutes of stillness. Let the day come to you rather than rushing into it. When you begin your day with presence, you carry it with you. But when you start from stress, it follows you throughout the day. In the evening, take a moment to reflect, not to judge yourself, but to understand. Ask yourself, what lesson did I learn today? What small victory can I celebrate? What weight am I ready to release before sleep? This simple 3-point evening ritual helps rewire your subconscious. By ending your day with awareness, you set a positive tone for tomorrow. Take a look at your digital world, your phone, apps, and scrolling habits? Are they designed to help you grow or to distract you? A peaceful mind can't thrive in a chaotic environment. You can create a peaceful space by designing your phone to support your goals. Remove distractions, add reminders of your purpose, affirmations, calming music, or teachings that uplift you. Let your technology help you find clarity, not cloud it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Choose one mental habit and practice it until it becomes part of who you are. What you do daily shapes who you become. Every small act of discipline is a vote for the future you want to live. So pause and reflect. How consistent are you with what you say you want? Do your actions align with your intentions? The gap between dreams and reality is bridged by habits. No one sees the inner work, but it shows in the way you carry yourself, in your peace, energy, and the calmness with which you walk through life. Even as the world rushes around you, remember, success is not one giant leap. It's 1,000 small steps. One breath, one choice, one thought at a time. You are carving valleys. You are shaping a disciplined mind, one small action at a time. Let today be the day you choose those consistent, powerful steps. Master your habits, and you'll master your life. These 6 Buddhist-inspired principles are not just ideas. They are timeless tools designed to help you reclaim control over your mental world in a noisy and chaotic era. Today, distractions are everywhere. Every scroll seems to ignite emotions, and our thoughts are easily hijacked by fear, comparison, or doubt. But Buddhism reminds us that true freedom isn't found outside of us. It's in how we relate to our own minds. Peace is a practice, and power is a pattern. The moment you become aware of a thought, you are no longer controlled by it. You are not your anxiety. You are not your overthinking. You are not your past. What you are is pure awareness, capable of redirecting, rewiring, and rising above every old identity. This is the path to mental mastery, and it begins with one simple realization: I can choose differently. Zen teaches us that the way out is always inward. It's not the storm outside that destroys us, but the storm we allow to rage within. Begin where you are. Use your breath as your anchor. Use your attention as your sword. Use your mind as your servant, not your master. As the Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. If this resonated with you, like and share this video. Drop your thoughts and insights in the comment box. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to Deepest Wisdom for more life-changing Buddhist insights to help you live a peaceful and powerful life.